I'm Matt Holmes, and we're joined now by University of Indianapolis women's swimming and diving standout, Maura Donahue. Maura, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
Just got back a week ago from San Antonio, Texas, the Division II Swimming and Diving National Championships, where you were a 7-time All-American for the Greyhounds, leading the team, the women's team, to 10th in the country. What was that experience like to go back to, I know you went to nationals freshman, to go back to nationals and have such a good performance individually and as a team?
It was really nice. Freshman year I was a little nervous, like freshman on the scene, like first nationals, kind of nervous. So it was kind of nice to go back as a sophomore, knew the layout of things, knew how to hang out. So just a lot more relaxed, a lot more confident, and I swam a lot better this year. And so just kind of each day I had to have renewed.
First of all, going down to San Antonio, obviously a different place this year with the nationals.
Yes.
Were your freshman year. What was it like? Had you been to San Antonio before? Did you get a sample of the Riverwalk and all that the city has to offer? Or?
I've never been to San Antonio before until we went for nationals. I've never seen the pool, but just that's kind of a thing for me. You just kind of show up and learn the pool as you go. But yeah, we were able to go down to the Riverwalk on Monday since we got a couple days early, so we had time to kind of relax and just get into the water and just get a feel of it before the actual meet started. So.
How do you obviously swam the maximum 7 events.
Yes.
So you're swimming every day, sometimes, a couple times a day. Yeah. People aren't familiar, how do you pace yourself for that kind of, because you need to, especially in the events with the prelims, you've got to swim fast enough to make the final, but not be ready to go again later at night. Just explain, people aren't familiar, how that whole process works.
Well, it's a 4-day meet, so you can't go like all out first day, but you still got to go hard and you just got to keep trying. And luckily for me, I have a quick recovery rate, so I could go all out in one race, and a couple hours later, when my next race was around, I had enough energy to keep going. Basically by day 4, you just sleep. It's like you get through the 4 days and then you just relax.
How helpful is it to be down there? You may see some people down there where a school's got a swimmer, maybe just one good swimmer, one event, and you've got a whole team down there to be there and be going through all of that together.
Oh, it's a lot nicer to have like a team, and even all swimmers are really social. Like I was talking to people from Florida Southern, and then also in our conference Grand Valley was there, and I know a lot of their swimmers, and just Ashland's another conference team. Like we all there to support each other, and like we all joke around with each other. If we have a bad swim, we'll go like cheer each other up. And so it's great to have a team. Just so if you do have a bad swim, especially at that level, like just cheer you back up, get it behind you so you're ready for that next race, and just know that you're swimming for a team instead of just yourself.
You set a school record in each of the events you swam in, the relays and the individuals. Are those times you're aware of before you go in? Like when you pop your head out of the water at the end and you look up at your time, are you just looking to see where you finished and then you look at the time? What's that moment? People watch the Olympics and see people jump out of the pool and look at it. Are you just looking for your finish, the time?
For me, I look at my time first because I can't control other people, so I just want to see what I went and see. Hopefully I got a best time. For school records, I don't know. I know a couple of them are off the top of my head, but I really don't know what they were. So a lot of people are like, you broke a school record. I was like, okay. But first, always for me, like I look at time first and then finish, because if the girl next to me beat me and I did everything I could do, she beat me. Like there's nothing that can go back to change it. But as long as the time was something that I'm happy with, then it's no for all good race.
How much are you paying attention to that, that you can see, in most of your event, you're swimming kind of the center of you're close to the top swimmers based on time, that you're watching them. How much does that play into your strategy or swimming, following the other people?
I just try to race person next to me, try to beat them out. Just try to go for that last little bit, but whenever you touch, it's always close, so kind of have to look up, be like, where did I finish? But
how would you describe, some people would say that you're a front where you want to get out fast and hold people out the end, or pace yourself with a strong close. How would you describe, or is it different between like the 1,000 and the 200?
It's really different because I just kind of like to go out and just kind of build up from there. But like I don't want to be behind, so I try to stay towards the front of the pack. But in something like the 200 or the 100, it's too short. Like you can't get behind, but you don't want to like completely kill yourself and completely die off at the end. So you just gotta. Each race has its own strategy pretty much, and each swimmer has their own strategy for each race, so it gets really confusing.
One of the things, I think to have to be special for you is some of these school records and All-American finish you're accomplishing with your sister, Megan, who swims here as well. What's that like, especially like in those relays when you perform so well, that you guys kind of accomplished it, along with your teammates, but it's kind of a family affair.
Yeah, we've been swimming together pretty much our whole life. Like I started swimming when I was 5, and she was swimming as well, so we were all just kind of, even my older brother and my older sister, we basically were a family of swimmers, so it's been kind of nice just to keep in the family. But relays are, it's all about the team, and we usually get really hyped up for a relay. Like, even if we had a bad race, we can always just have a good relay, because we know there's more than just one person that we have to have.
Wrapping up on this, looking ahead, the season's over for you guys now. Where do you go? Kind of what's the, if people don't know, what's the plan? Have you been back in the pool yet since you got back?
I haven't been back in the pool, but I've started lifting again, and I've started to run and kind of do some cross-training type things. Pretty much in the next couple weeks, I'll get back in the pool and start working technique, not so much speed, but just try to get the technique and keep the feel of the water, and then just train through the summer, so when August rolls around and we start another season, we're ready.
Well, congratulations again on your great performance, and
Thank you.
Thank you again for joining us today.
Yep.